First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little small piece that goes up past the fascia and about 6 inches past the fascia over here. And you see I've done it with a gray piece so you can see that there's a connection there. Now I'm going to take the other piece and I measure to the fascia and I folded it up at the fascia up underneath the starter metal. So now this connection right here, there's no way that can leak because this panel is folded up and it becomes its own flashing. So if you have a gutter system here and it drains, you have the drain right here, it won't splash up in here and it's not going to be hard to get up in here and try to caulk behind it. If you put a seam right there with one piece, then you'll have some issues right here sometimes. Okay, so once you get this piece on, you got one piece past 6 inches past, this one's folded up, the drip edge or the starter metal is put on. Now you're going to place your stone coated flat stock and there's two things. So you're going to, first of all, it's 23 inches wide. That's going to receive the valley. And you have to pass this course line and you have to pass the fascia. So that's where you're going to position it. Once I get it positioned, I'm going to put one screw in here so it holds it in place. So I'm going to call this line 1 is the center of the valley. The base of the roof, the main body of the roof, is line 2. Line 3 would be your dormer. And I'm going to put that line 3. So I'm going to draw those 3 lines. And in this case, line 2 is below line 3. So that tells me I need to add 2 inches to line 2 and then cut back to line 1. So that's what I did there. And then I'm going to take that same line 3 and I'm going to cut back to that same 2 inches down below this one. Okay, now once I get it to here, I've cut along this line here, and I'm not going to cut it up here, but I'm going to kind of duplicate that same shape that I have here. This shape, I'm going to duplicate it over here, so I'm going to cut this off over there. That's going to give me a little piece of metal to close this off, and it's going to keep bats and rodents and stuff from crawling up and trying to get in that vulnerable area over here. Okay, so now I'm going to fold this in, do a little trimming on it if I need to. And see, that kind of creates a block right there where nothing can get back up in there. Okay, let's trim it up a little bit. Okay, now that I've got that, I'm going to come over to the edge of the flat stock and I'm going to put a notch in the back block of this pen. Okay, so if I laid it down without flattening, it's going to have a big gap underneath it right here. And it's going to tempt you to put fasteners in it. Well, there's a lot of water that drains out right here, and I don't want any fasteners in this area. So once I get it notched, and then I'm going to flatten this out. Flatten out the back flange, anything that goes underneath the flat stock. Now, I'm going to use rubber grounded screws. This in position. I'm going to put rubber on through the flat stock and then the back flange. And into the drip edge, or the starter metal. Hold this down nice and tight. Okay. Now, again, the flat stock is 23 inches wide with the hem on both sides, and that's going to receive the valley metal. Whenever you put the valley metal on it, you're going to start the front of the valley metal at your highest line. So if you extend it down here, when you put your next panel, you'll see the valley metal. And that's the whole purpose, really, of using the stone-coated flat stock, so it doesn't show right here and become unsightly. Okay, so now I'm going to cut my valley pieces. So I have measured this one here, and it was 24 by 31. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it. It's real important whenever you cut off your valleys, you have to get rid of this cut here at this point, because this will collect trash and debris over the years, and then it'll send the water sideways into your fasteners. I like to do it right there, and then this little corner, I'm going to try to reach over here and open it up, and I'm going to eliminate about an inch or so of the nose of this one. Okay, and that's going to fit here. I haven't installed the valley metal. I just wanted to do the exercise of the flat stock at the bottom of it. Okay, so now I've measured this one here. I know my panel is 13 5/8, which brings me to my next line, and I've measured that. I'm going to cut this piece now. Now, when I install this piece here, the piece that goes over the flat stock from here over, I need to again eliminate the lock so it doesn't catch water, and it allows it to drain better right here. Down the valley is going to this way over here to let this lip travel down without traveling out here into the fasteners, and then I've eliminated the lip so it just runs underneath it and doesn't get caught in it. Something like that. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use my panel screws, 1.5 inches, locked in, and it's only going to lock onto here. Same thing to the other side. With my snips. There they are. Okay, so then I've got to eliminate the front of this. This is only the very bottom piece. The rest of them, just get the top corner notched off, and a little bit in this corner right here so it doesn't catch the water. But that first one has to be eliminated. You're going to end up with something like that at the bottom. You're going to have your valley metal down onto your flat stock, stopping short of that. And then I'm going to take my valley cover And I'm going to leave 1 inch in the center of it. I'm going to fold down 1 inch, and then I'm going to cut just the corners off of it. And then I'm going to set this over the valley. And this is going to use little stitch screws. And I'm going to screw this just into the panel. Without penetrating the valley below it. And that's going to be your final look in that corner. So you've got it all blocked off. And of course, these are different colors so you can see it in the video. And that's it for the stone coated flat stock and the valley extension.